the young, and the restless spoilers. Welcome back to our channel. Today is a beautiful day to dive deep into the absolute madness happening in Genoa City. Grab your favorite drink and settle in, because we have a massive situation to unpack today, and the drama is hotter than ever. Let's get right into it. I cannot believe it finally happened. I am sitting here typing this up so late at night because my brain is just buzzing, and I literally need to get this out of my system before I can even think about sleeping. DIANE is filing for divorce? Yes, you heard me right. Diane Jenkins Abbott is finally pulling the plug on this absolute train wreck of a marriage, and I am just sitting here screaming at my screen. I mean, it is about time, right? Can we talk about this? Because I feel like I have been waiting for this exact moment for what feels like decades. I am half celebrating and half complaining, because why on earth did the writers drag it out this long? But honestly, I am just so relieved that we are finally here. The obsession, the lies, the constant back and forth, it was all just too much. I know some people are loving this toxic dynamic, but personally, I was ready to pull my hair out. Let's just jump right into the meat of it. Diane's obsession with Jack has been genuinely terrifying to watch, and I don't use that word lightly. Am I the only one who thinks she has completely lost her grip on reality when it comes to this man? I've been watching for years, since the days when she faked her own death, yeah? Remember when they tried this whole Diane as a changed woman redemption arc? Yeah, didn't work then either. She has always been entirely consumed by her need to possess Jack Abbott. It wasn't even about love anymore. It was about ownership. She wanted to be the matriarch of the Abbott family so badly that she compromised every single ounce of her dignity to get there. But the paranoia, the constant, suffocating need to control his every move, it was suffocating just to watch as a viewer. You could see the misery etched into her face in every single scene. She was living in a state of constant, exhausting agony, trying to hold on to a man who was already halfway out the door. Do you guys remember the absolute chaos when Diane was murdered and literally half the town was a suspect? Nikki was a suspect. Victor was involved. It was a whole massive whodunit. And then she just waltzes back into town years later, acting like she just took a long vacation. That is the level of delusion we are dealing with here. She is a woman who will literally play dead to manipulate the people around her. So why did anyone, especially Jack, think she could just settle down and be a normal, well-adjusted housewife making breakfast at the Abbott mansion? It was a laughable concept from day one. Her obsession with Jack isn't rooted in romance. It's rooted in this desperate, clawing need to win. She views Jack as a trophy. And when you treat your spouse like a prize to be won rather than a human being, it is going to end in disaster. But wait, I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's talk about Jack for a second. Oh, Jack Abbott. I am sorry, but Jack has been an absolute coward through this entire ordeal. He never, ever dared to just say the words. He never dared to ask for a divorce himself. Why? Because Jack always has to be the good guy. He always has to be the victim in his own story. He was just sitting around, twiddling his thumbs, waiting for an opportunity to be forgiven for his own massive screw-ups, or waiting for Diane to be the one to end it so he wouldn't have to look like the bad guy. It is so frustrating. He knew this marriage was dead in the water. He knew they had way too many fundamental differences to ever make it work. But instead of acting like a grown man and ending it, he just let the toxicity fester. He let Diane drive herself completely insane while he played the role of the misunderstood, long-suffering husband. Give me a break. And let's be real for a second, friends. Have we ever actually seen Jack Abbott successfully maintain a healthy, functional marriage? I mean, think about it. His track record is absolutely abysmal. From Phyllis to Sharon to his endless, exhausting carousel with Nicky Newman, Jack is a man who loves the idea of being in love, but he has absolutely no clue how to handle the reality of a partnership. He gets bored, or he gets distracted, or he gets a massive savior complex. With Diane, it was the ultimate savior complex. He thought he could be the knight in shining armor who redeemed the unredeemable woman. He wanted to parade her around Genoa City and say, look at me. Look at what my love accomplished. It was never about Diane's actual growth. It was about Jack's ego. And the second it got hard, the second Diane's true obsessive colors started bleeding through the facade, Jack checked out. He didn't have the guts to end it, so he just emotionally abandoned her while physically staying in the house. It's classic Jack Abbott behavior, and I am so sick of it. And can we please talk about the absolute sheer audacity of the Patty Williams situation? I mean, Jack and Patty on a boat? What were they thinking? When Diane caught them in bed on that boat, I literally threw my remote across the room. I know Diane was drugged and her perception was all over the place, but she saw right through the betrayal. That wasn't just a mistake. That was a profound, deeply humiliating slap in the face. Patty Williams, of all people, the woman who poisoned Summer Newman, the woman who has terrorized this family. And Jack is just, what? Caught in the middle of it? It was the ultimate betrayal. That was the moment I knew this marriage was completely, utterly unsalvageable. You don't just bounce back from your husband being caught with a woman who has that kind of dark, violent history with your family. You just don't. But because one compromising situation wasn't enough for Jack, he had to go and make it worse. Enter Nicky Newman. Of course, it always comes back to Nicky Newman when it comes to Jack Abbott. When Diane walked in and caught Jack and Nicky in yet another compromising situation, I actually laughed out loud. I couldn't help it. It was just too perfect. Jack is panicking, trying to explain himself, trying to say it's a misunderstanding. But Diane is just done. She is so beyond done. You could see the exact moment the last string of her sanity and patience snapped. She blasted him, and rightfully so. I don't even care if Jack and Nicky were just comforting each other or whatever nonsense excuse Jack is trying to spin. The optics are terrible, and Jack is an idiot for putting himself in that position when his wife is already on the warpath. So what does Jack do when he realizes his pathetic apologies aren't working? He gets mad. Oh, yes, suddenly Jack is the one who is angry. He realizes he can't charm his way out of this one. He can't play the victim, so he just flips the script. He doesn't even care about Diane anymore. The guilt is gone, replaced by this bitter, resentful anger. He's tired of begging, so he just stops. And honestly, good. I am so glad he stopped caring, because it means we can finally move on from this miserable charade. They are so fundamentally different. Jack wants a peaceful, legacy-driven life where everyone worships him, and Diane thrives on chaos, manipulation, and control. They were a ticking time bomb from the moment they said "I do" again. I kind of want to scream at the writers for making us endure so many episodes of them pretending they were soulmates. Let's circle back to Diane's emotional state, because it is genuinely tragic in a very dark, twisted way. She has been living in absolute misery. I mean, look at her. She is exhausted, the bags under her eyes, the constant defensive posture, the sheer paranoia of waiting for the other shoe to drop. She fought so hard to claw her way back from the dead, to win back her son Kyle, to win back Jack, and for what? To be humiliated on a boat by Patty Williams and then sidelined by Nicky Newman? It is a pathetic existence. She finally realized that the prize she fought so hard for Jack Abbott isn't actually a prize at all. He's a liability. And that realization has completely broken her. She is making this ultimate decision to file for divorce not out of strength, but out of sheer desperate survival. She has to cut the cord before the stress of being Jack Abbott's wife literally kills her. Okay, wait, I almost forgot the craziest part of all of this. The Victor Newman connection. I am screaming. Victor Newman, the mustache himself, stepping in to help Diane get revenge on Jack. This is soap opera gold, people. I know Victor is currently busy being a silent, terrifying force of vengeance regarding Nick's horrific car crash, which, by the way, my heart is absolutely shattered for Nick and Sharon, but that's a whole other rant for another day. But the fact that he is taking time out of his busy schedule to help Diane destroy Jack is just chef's kiss. Victor offering Diane a deal to give Jack a taste of his own medicine. Are they going to fake an affair? Are they going to orchestrate a massive corporate takeover? I don't even know, and I don't even care. I am just entirely here for it. Victor and Diane teaming up is the chaotic, evil alliance I didn't know I needed. Because at the end of the day, Jack and Diane are just too different. They don't speak the same emotional language. Jack wants a partner who will blindly support his ego, and Diane wants a partner she can possess and mold. When you put those two toxic traits together, you get exactly what we are seeing now. A spectacularly messy implosion. They have tried to paper over their cracks with nostalgia and this desperate need to prove everyone wrong. Remember when Ashley and everyone else warned Jack about Diane? Remember how smug Jack was? Acting like his love could cure Diane's deeply ingrained personality disorders? Yeah. Who's laughing now, Jack? The entire Abbott family is probably sitting back with a giant bowl of popcorn watching this divorce unfold. I know I am. So here we are. The divorce papers are being filed. Diane is making the ultimate decision, and I, for one, am throwing a party. I cannot wait to see the fallout from this. The battle over the Abbott assets, the custody of their shared history, the absolute mudslinging that is going to happen in court. If Victor gets involved, Jack is going to lose everything. And honestly, he kind of deserves it for being such a spineless, cheating, hypocritical mess. Diane might be a master manipulator, but Jack handed her the ammunition on a silver platter. I am going to be glued to my screen for the next few weeks. Are you guys as excited as I am? Or are you dreading the endless courtroom scenes? Let me know, because I need to talk to people who get how monumental this is for the show. I swear I could talk about this for another 3 hours, but I should probably try to get some sleep before the next episode drops. But seriously, the dynamics right now are just insane. Between Jack's sudden apathy, Diane's vengeful exhaustion, and Victor lurking in the shadows waiting to strike, Genoa City is about to be set on fire. And I am bringing the marshmallows. The Young and the Restless is finally giving us the messy, unhinged drama we've been begging for. No more playing nice. No more fake smiles at the GCAC. It is all-out war, and I am so incredibly ready for it. Let's go.